know you'd want to know the team stats here. 598 total yards. We held the ball for almost 11 minutes in the fourth quarter.
How many penalties?
9 penalties for 80 yards, but I want to say it was 7 in the first 20 minutes of the game. It's only 2 of the last 40. And for the third straight games, did not allow us. He's the offensive line coach, so I said that. Questions for Saga? Brandon?
Coach, were you most proud of that victory? That was a crazy game.
Just the fact that, you know, Coach Davey, I know he wasn't here, but this was for him and the Davey family. This was, you know, I know it's one game, but everything that family's been through and what he's been through these last couple of weeks, this was for them. This was for them.
Yeah, you're good.
Coach, same thing I asked everybody. The pacing of that game, I know, like you probably felt like sitting in the middle with a straw. It's crazy going back and forth.
Yeah, it's a football game, and it's a rivalry game. And we told the Coach Davey told these young men is that it's going to be a fist fight, and the tougher team mentally and physically is going to win. And shout out to Coach Martin and those boys down south, man. They came up and they didn't wilt, and you know they were 0-3 coming up, and they swung everything and they gave us their best shots, and you know it was a great game, and so shout out to them. But like I said, this was, you know, Coach Davey. This is him. This is who he is, and this is what he built. And we were just mentally tougher. Not to say they weren't tough. It's just we came out on top.
I know you just came off the win, you're still feeling it, but just moving forward, how big was this game for your offense, or just your offense moving forward, and really getting the vodka going and just getting everyone just kind of integrated in the offense?
Yeah, this was his first full game against New Mexico State. You know, in 2017 he played the half, and he lit it up. And last year he was injured. It was unfortunate that he couldn't play. So, you know, obviously he made some mistakes, but you know when he's in, like we've always said, he's the best of both worlds. He can run it, he can throw it. You know, and it was just good to get him out there in the mix, and everyone rallied around him from the line to the defense, the backup quarterbacks, and you know the coaches. So we're proud of him and his continued success here.
How much did the pick six loosen up the offense just coming out for the first drive where you beat up 7-0?
I mean, anytime you know a defensive scores, especially in the first drive, it does. It just kind of gives you the buffer. And like I said, our defense made stops, made plays when they need to play. And this is one of those games, these rivalry games. You know, whoever it may be, you know, these in-state, Michigan State, it's going to be wild like this. And that's what it was. And our defense made plays when they needed to make plays, and our offense made plays when we needed to make plays. And like I said, we got a lot to clean up with our penalties. But the penalties were good. They were aggressive penalties. I'd rather them be aggressive, or we would rather have be aggressive penalties than the soft kind of hold on for dear life penalties.
Now that you're done being acting head coach, how was the experience, and are you looking back maybe to going back to your regular role?
My role never changed. I was, you know, just a mouthpiece for everybody, and this program runs itself. That's all it was. And Coach Davey, like I said, he put everything in motion, and I was just kind of standing there to put a face up there. And so it was all, you know, our coaching staff and our kids, and you know, I'm still the O-line coach. I always was, and like I said, I just, you know, I guess they picked the prettiest face to put up here. So. Yeah, and there was no doubt that, you know, first of all, it was a big. Everyone's talking about that fourth down, but it was a big third and long conversion. Whether it was a first down or not, that was a big time throw, big time catch through traffic, up in the air, through a blitz. I mean, it wasn't just that fourth down. And you know, when we thought we had the first down, and I said, hey, what would Coach David would not want us to punt or field goal. I said, man, we're going for this. I said, well, this is our best play, and this is what we're going to run it. And you know, I know he was at home, you know, and yelling at the TV, you know, we better go for it, and we did. And like I said, it's funny is you hear every student athlete come up here, we sound the same, right? They sound the same. The answers, the humility, all that stuff, and that's just coming from what he has built here. When all the players sound the same, and all the coaches sound the same, it's not brainwash. It's belief, and it's trust in him and what he's built at this program.
So you guys were tied up at the half, and obviously looked a lot better, tied up with less penalties, and you know, kind of took it away, went away with it in the second half. What was said? What was going on?
Well, every coach says, you know, no matter what, high school, middle school, Yaffle, hey, it's 0-0 at halftime. Well, it really was. It was tied up. It's 0-0. And no matter if you're up, you're down, you say the same thing. So we just said, hey, it's 0-0. Our goal at the end of the day was to be mentally and physically tougher than them. like I said, that was our goal. It didn't matter if it was 68-7, 10-0. Our goal at the end of the day was to be physically and mental, and we did. They, again, shout out to them. They did a great job of firing their bullets, but we got bullets too, and we fired them. And fortunately for us, we made more plays than they did.
When you look back all in the third and long plays and Tabaka really just taking over, just looking back on it, so it wasn't that long ago, but just what comes to mind? Just what do you think about those third and long plays?
As an O-line coach, it's protection. My guys will never take credit. We're taught to do our work, put our head down, and go home. But I thought the protection was good, and I thought the routes were clean. I thought his progression, he had, the interception, but I thought his progression, he did everything he was taught to do. And it takes a special young men to do exactly what the coaches ask him to do, whether it's the protection, whether it's the route, whether it's the read in the quarterback, whether it's they play this coverage, so I'm going to bang this route in. It takes a special guy because people panic in those big down situations, and third down is the biggest down in football. People panic, and our guys didn't panic. They did their job, they did it to perfection, and then they executed.
What did it say about Tabaka's ability to play at a high level despite all the adversities being going through?
Culturally speaking, Tavaka is Samoan and I'm Samoan, but we have our faith, we have our family, and we have football. And I know when he was with his family, he had one eye on football because that's part of it. And with all the adversity he's gone through, it's part of our culture. It's part of the Polynesian culture is what football is. So his mind was with his family and still with his family. But I know just who he is and what type of person he is, and coming from our culture, it's football is something you love, and you're always going to have to be prepared when your time comes. And he was, and all the adversity he hit, he was loose. He was Tavaka. He had a swagger, and he made plays.
Just based off of the way Tabaka played today, and then thank you to predict. You expect to play him starting next game?
Yeah, we got to watch the film, but that's the question. We all saw it, and Coach Davey will answer that when he comes in and see y'all.
Can you talk about his poise? He's an amazing young man.
Yeah.
Poise.
Yeah, he's, even in college, in high school, he'd been through some adversity and playing quarterback and safety and being the quote athlete. And a lot of those guys who quoted athletes, they don't really get the respect of being a quarterback. And coming out of, for him, Long Beach Poly, La Mirada, his story, he's got a chip on his shoulder. Like this program, we got a chip on our shoulder. And for him to come out and play, he played well. He bounced back. A lot of those were checks. He saw it, and we didn't need to tell him anything. So, he was prepared. And like I said, that's part of mental toughness is you have to be prepared. You can't just go out there and out tough somebody. Well, you have to be prepared. And he was prepared. He was well coached. We had a good game plan, and he executed it.
Anything else for you?
Coach, in the first two games, a lot of running backs saw some reps. Today, it seemed like you guys executed more of what you wanted, and certain guys got involved more, and Tabaka adding to the running game. What did you take away from most of the running game?
Well, when you have a talented running back group like that, you're going to play them, but you're going to have a feel for it. Now, Coach Wright, who's been here a long time, and Coach Wright has seen a lot and has coached everywhere, and he knows how the game flows. And for you guys who, who's never been around running backs, a deep core like that, it's about feel. It's how are they feeling? How are they seeing the holes? How are they setting up the blocks? And we saw those guys make plays with Amari and Bryson, and we just. He's going to go with who he feels is in rhythm, per se, and they all feed off each other. And like I said, Tabaka is the best of both worlds. He can run it and he can throw it. When they don't respect the ability for him to run, and he takes off on the sideline, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot he can't run.
Could you talk about the play of Jordan Kress?
Yeah, Jordan Kress he's an offensive line mentality. In a skill position, that young man doesn't say anything, and you guys were here on his press conference, right? He didn't say I, right? He's always deflecting, and that's the kind of play. And he's a big playmaker. He did it all spring, he did it all summer, and again, he's a guy. He's going to put his head down, make a play, come off the field, congratulate everybody else for him making that play. And he came up big, and they had a corner fire or a corner blitz off the edge. He made a play. Tabaka took a shot. the safety miss, he turned it in, and he had some nice routes. I mean, he's a route runner. He's he's got some explosion. He's got some twitching. He's tough. He's mentally tough. So he's, like I said, he's the epitome of what we want here and what Coach Davey has built here.
Anything else?
Good. Thank you.
Parting words? I've seen that guy.
Nope. Thank you.